Greetings and welcome, friends! Friends? Oh yes, we are friends here. It's been a long time, and I would like to consider ourselves friends. Let's go over the homework. Since we're friends, such good. We were talking about, like, cones and stuff. And here they asked us to find the surface area of the right cone. So, surface area of a cone, which has a circular base and a vertex. A right cone has its vertex above the center of the base, is going to equal, what was it? It was pi r squared was the area of the base of that cone. It was a circle. And then what was this other component for the lateral area? Pi times r times L, where L was the slant height of the cone. So it was the distance from the vertex to a point on that circular base, referred to as slant height. It is not the same as the height, so beware. So a right cone has a radius of 9 inches and a height of, classic. So let me draw this picture here for us if I can. That's good enough. So they've given me the following. I know the radius is 9, and I know the height is 12. I don't know the slant height, but that is a right triangle if I imagine that half of a cross section right there. And I could use Pythagorean Theorem, although this actually also looks like it's just a 3 times the 3, 4, 5 right triangle, right, Alyssa? 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5, I'm guessing L is 15. But you also could have done you could, or I recognize that a 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triple exists, and this was all of those just kind of multiplied by 3. That is absolutely an inappropriate mathematical way to represent that, but I don't really care. I do my math on the streets, yo. You can't stop me. Slant height. I'm on number 5. So now that I know the slant height, I can find the surface area by plugging R and L into the equation. So I'll have pi times 9 squared plus pi times 9 times L, which is 15. So that's question? I think like slant is my guess. And S was already selected for side of a square. Although, actually, unfortunately, S also showed up in this chapter as arc length. They called that S as well, which is weird. So we're running out of letters, people. That's why there's also, like, Greek letters showing up in mathematics. Although, actually, wait a minute, Mr. Waddy. If a lot of math was originally done, especially geometry done by the Greeks, maybe the Greek letters were used first, and then the alpha. I don't know. What are our letters from? They're a variation of Arabic, I think. You might be right. But anyways, 9 squared is 81, so 81 pi plus 9 times 15, 90 plus 45, 135 pi. Right? Right, guys? Right? So I'm going to get surface area. No? Someone disagreed? And 135 plus 81, I've got 216 pi. And this would be... Now, surface area is measured square units. So this is going to be in inches squared. And then Malik will get the approximation of this multiplied by pi. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, quiet please. 678.584 inches squared is the decimal approximation of that. Let's keep cruising, friends. If I want the volume was 1/3 the area of the base multiplied by the height for pyramids, and this cone is essentially like a pyramid that has a circle base. So the area of the base being a circle is pi r squared, and then multiply that by the height. So let's label what we know. It looks like the radius is 10, the height is 13, and that's all I need. So I'm going to have volume is equal to 1/3 times pi. I'll do pi. Right, Lauren? 10 squared multiplied by 13. So I'm going to get V is equal to 1/3 times pi times 100. 100 times 13 is 1300, which is not divisible by 3. So I'm going to get 1300 thirds pi in millimeters cubed. Let's get a decimal approximation of that. Pi r squared would be the area of... I'm doing it all together, and then I'm going to... Well, I'm leaving it in terms of pi, so I have an exact answer, and then I can get a decimal approximation. It's an actual number. It's an exact number. It is simplest form, I believe. 1300 divided by 3, I don't believe is divisible. Because, yeah, 1300 is made up of 2 squared, 5 squared, and 13, and none of those are divisible by the other prime number being 3. So this is an exact answer. This is the approximated answer. I think I want to start training you guys to be able to write things in terms of pi or radicals when possible. So I think you should do both. Oh! A twist! My! Alright, so, guys, this is just algebra from here on. If the surface area is equal to pi r squared plus pi rl, I'm just going to plug in what I know and solve for what I don't. Alright? So let's just do that. So I'm going to get 75.4, Lauren, is equal to pi times 3 squared plus pi times 3 times L, currently unknown to us. I guess I can just label it like that. So I'll have 9 pi plus 3 pi L is equal to 75.4. Now, this has decimals in it, so I'm going to end up having to use some decimals to answer this question. That's okay. Subtract 9 pi from both sides. Tell you what, we'll move into the decimale realm. Because this is attached to an L, these are not like terms. This one has a variable, that one doesn't. Good question. So, Tyler, 75.4, I'm going to subtract 9 pi, and I get approximately 47.126, and that's equal to 3 pi L. And divide both sides by 3, like this. Yeah, pi button. So this number divided by 3 and divided by pi. That's how I just plugged it in. Yeah, if you plug this in parentheses, you could do that number divided by 3 times pi, and then you'd be fine as well. I got 5.0000. We'll just call that 5. Oh, wait a minute. If this is 5, wait, 3, 5, what's this height going to be? 4! So L is equal to 5. So there we go. Let's see. How far can I get today? Alright, so this one, hey, this one's almost like one we did yesterday, except we did it with a pyramid. So I'm going to find the volume of that minus the volume of the cone. Right? So there we go. The volume of the cube is going to be 5.1 cubed. The volume of the cone is going to be 1/3. Alright, we've got to find the radius here and the height. What do you suspect the height is? same as the height of the cube. I agree. So 1/3 pi r squared times the height we just said is 5.1. What is the radius? The diameter here, notice, is the same as the width of this cube, which is 5.1. Therefore, half of 5.1 is going to be the diameter. So what's that, 2.56? Wait a minute. 2.55. So let's, and I'll end up subtracting these. So 5.1. Someone asked the question, how do I raise something to the third? So in my calculator, I do 5.1. I hit the mountain button, and then 3, and then equals. All right. You might also have this button, a y to the x button. All right. So depending on your calculator, you can raise things to an exponent different than that. And then later today, we might even use an xth root symbol. Like a square root. Yeah, there's a square root button usually, and then an xth root. No, it's only square root. 2.55 squared is 6.5025. Multiply that by 5.1. You guys see where this is all decimals. I guess I can just decimale this. 5.1 multiply divide by 3. This is like 11.05425 pi over here. I'll give you that. So I'm gonna have ditto. Nope. 34.728 roughly. And when I subtract that from 132.651, subtract second answer, I get a volume of 97.923. These are all in meters, so this is in meters cubed. Volume is cubed, area is squared, surface area is squared, like so. Let's see, I think I'll end it there for our internet friends. Have a great day.